Let's look at the first song called Bill Gates, 12 gates, sorry, 12 gates. There are 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. And we did, some of you may not have been able to print. So Caroline is going to show the words on the screen, and then we do have the musical notes afterwards. One thing, I like this song. My choir has sung it several years, more than once, 1 year. And I use it at workshops because it has this repetition. The words are not so difficult. And you have series of sections, like the beginning. You see, I'm sorry, in French it says deux fois, 2 times. And the altos sing, "Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold?" Sopranos respond and they ask the question, "Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold?" And then the basses and tenors join in and they hit it with you. "Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold?" And here, les femmes, the women, always sing alone these 2 words, "there are," and everyone sings 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. You go on to the, and that's sung 2 times. Then you go on to the next section and you have, "Oh, what a beautiful city." Women, the men respond, "Oh, what a beautiful city." The women sing, "Oh, what a beautiful city." And again, that same phrase, 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Your harmony parts are always the same. Continue, Caroline, to show us the rest of the sheet. Right, and so now you get that new section, which is 3 gates in the east, 3 gates in the west, 3 gates in the north, 3 gates in the south. There are, and guess what? There are, and then 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Now you repeat, "Oh, what a beautiful city." So you see, it's a song that's almost memorizing itself because the sections are repeating. It's fascinating with the phrases up here, 3 gates in the east. These THs are a challenge for non-native English speakers, especially the phrase 3 gates in the north. You have 3 THs all in the same row. But I think your accent tonight will be just lovely. Very proper, as I try to speak English, British English. Okay, so we have this phrase, "Oh, what a beautiful city, oh, what a beautiful city." Then you get the second verse, I call it. "When I get to heaven, gonna," you see this phrase here, for some reason in the words I found a while back, it has "going to sing and shout," which does mean going to. "Ain't nobody up there," and now it substitutes and does "gonna put me out." "When I get to heaven, going to sing and shout. Ain't nobody up there, gonna put me out." And then the same phrase that we've sung already. "There are 12 gates to the city, hallelujah." We have an instrumental interlude, that little theme, and then we return to the first verse, 3 gates in the east. And now we're coming to the end. So anytime you have a chorally arranged song, a lot of it is repeated, the chorus, but the ending is always a little special. And here we have, you sing 3 gates, there are 12 gates to the city, and suddenly there are streets of gold in that city. Back to there are 12 gates to the city, and now the end. Hallelujah. Altos, hallelujah. Everyone, hallelujah. The men, hallelujah. Everyone, hallelujah. The sopranos, hallelujah. And then the end, 12 gates to the city. So let's look at the notes a bit. Some of you may have had a chance to listen to the recordings. Many of you may have printed the actual music notes because you like to follow, you read notes, or you like to see where you're coming in on the page. There they are. Otherwise, the words typed is just a way for you to visualize the song easier. The altos begin on that nice rich note for you altos. Have you heard? We need the H. Use it to enter. Have you heard? It's not very loud. It says mezzo forte. But you're sort of initiating the question. You're asking, say, the public or the choir, have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold. Well, the sopranos would like to get involved, so they ask the same question, just a little louder. Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? Well, the tenors and basses are going to join, and that volume is increased with soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? And that's kind of forceful. And then that phrase, soprano and alto, there are. And then measure 17, everyone sings 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Then we repeat that page and that section again. So even as you're sort of learning it, let me just play it without really singing it, and you can kind of practice where you are supposed to sing. Altos first, rather quietly, but there's still a little bit of excitement as you ask the question. The sopranos, you come in over them. Well, we can ask that. Have you heard of a city? And then everyone. Here we go. I'll play the piano. Introduction. Alto. Soprano. Tout le monde. Everybody, sorry. Good. Let's sing through one of those. Let me focus on the entrance of the tenors and basses. You've heard the altos, you've heard the sopranos, and now your words, you come in with the same words, but of course tenors are up here at that double F, the fortissimo. Have, and you use that H, it's accented. Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. That's your phrase. And the basses, you're joining with them. You share on the word have, the note of the soprano. Have you heard? And you drop in measure 13. The measure before 13. Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. And it's a nice, it's a good, typical but interesting bass part. Tenors, you have the little harmony. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Soprano and alto at the double F. You've sung your solo lines, altos, sopranos, and then you sing have, soprano, alto at measure 12. And have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? There are 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. So on the two words there are, there's one note, but it is sung by sopranos and altos each time. So do that again, soprano, alto with the have you heard at the double F. Soprano, alto at the fortissimo. 3, 4, 1. Have you heard where streets there are... And then we return to the top of the page again. Have you heard of a city? Good. Let's do that whole page 2 times. The piano will play the introduction, and altos, you come in with your... It's a good note for you, have, but the H will help you get started and lend a little bit of urgency. Have you heard? It's not quite whispered, but it's have you heard? Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? Now, here we go. Alto. Soprano. Everyone, have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold? 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Top of the page, altos. Have you urgent, heard of a city I can't believe, where streets are paved. Sopranos. Everyone, have you heard of a city? 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Great. So you see from the very beginning, you've caught the public. It's a lively song. It's a traditional spiritual, so it just has that da da ba da da dee da. It's a light gospel swing. Now continue to the next page, because now we get that next section. Remember the phrase, "Oh, what a beautiful city." And then you have the familiar 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. So even later tonight, as we sing through the whole song, at the very end again, always know the phrase 12 gates to the city. You can, if you get a little bit lost, you can find your repère. What is that in English? You can find your marker or your constant, your life buoy, whatever. You can get back to that 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. You know those voice parts. Now, soprano and alto, you sing together at the top of that page. Oh, what a beautiful city. And you see these little lines I've put in there because you start a mezzo forte and you increase on the word beautiful as you would speak it. Oh, what a beautiful city. Beautiful is a little emphasis. And then the men, you do the same thing. You model after the women's phrase, oh, what a beautiful city. Soprano, alto, you get to sing again. Oh, what a beautiful city. And then you have... Good. So try that soprano and alto. Imagine the other voices singing with you. Right now it sounds like a solo to you, but when you are eventually all together, you want it to be a solo, but there will be many soprano and alto singing unified as one. Here we go. And work on that beautiful is a bit louder, and you come back down on the word city. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what a beautiful men. Oh, what a beautiful city. Soprano, alto. Everyone, 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. So alto, you just need to find your note on the word 12, measure 26, second line, your second time to sing, oh, what a beautiful city, 12 gates, there's your note, altos. Oh, what a beautiful city, 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. And that'll be your way of finding a note. Good. We've got the first two sections. Now let's look at the third idea in the song. Continue to 3 gates in the east. Measure 32. And this is always something I explain to Germans and French in workshops. This idea, the letters THE is pronounced the before a word with a vowel. And you surely know that as well, you Anglophones. 3 gates in the east. Afterwards, 3 gates in the west. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. Okay, let's work on those 3 phrases. The east, the west, the north, the south. And soprano and alto, it's nice, you're often in a harmony duet, but let me do the soprano one time. And the other voices can try your notes, but I'll sing the soprano. Measure 32, 3 gates. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 gates in the east. 3 gates in the west. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. There are 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. Good. You can practice that, sopranos, while I work with the altos. 3 gates in the east, alto, soprano. 2, 3. 3 gates in the east. 3 gates in the west. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. There are 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. So altos, you have one nice note on the phrase 3 gates in the north. You know, you've sung 3 gates in the east, 3 gates in the west. Next phrase, 3 gates in the north. A nice sort of blues note, 3 gates in the north, 3 gates in the south. For those of you who read music, north is an F natural, but the next 3 gates is an F sharp. 3 gates in the south. Don't want to go into that too much, but just so you understand what is happening. So for everyone, that rhythm again is 3 gates in the east, and it's short. 3 gates in the west. North is held. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. And, right, so that's how short those are. Good. Soprano, alto. Let me sing the tenor. There's that nice 7th tone. Soprano, alto at 3 gates in the east. Measure 32. 1, 2, 3. 3 gates in the east. 3 gates in the west. 2, 3, 4. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. So you see how that comes together. Basses, 3 gates in the east. You're a steady foundation. When you have to sing a note that's repeated, just always know this group would not stand up if it wasn't for us. You know, so don't see your part as sort of boring, but you add excitement because of the way you sing it. 3 gates, measure 32. Tenor, alto, soprano, basses, 2, 3. 3 gates in the east, 2, 3. 3 gates in the west. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. Does that make sense to all of you? Basses, you just carry the bass foundation, basic. Tenors, alto, soprano. Let's do that section. Measure 32. Sorry, I'm working fast. I like to keep moving, and I'll try to let you know where we are by measure number. 3 gates, 3 gates, 3 gates. Here we go. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass. 1, 2, 3. 3 gates in the east. 3 gates in the west. 2, 3, 4. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. Now you sing again. Oh, what a beautiful city. Let's do that. Top of page 3, and we'll keep moving. And we're going to get new words at measure 53 when I get to heaven. Let's try that. Top of 3. You have the phrase, remember you're a little bit of an accordion. Oh, what a beautiful city. That makes it so much more interesting for the public. You almost lean forward. They can imagine this beautiful city. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Soprano, alto. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. Everyone, 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. Now, here we go. When I get to heaven, 2, 3, 4, going to sing and shout. Ain't nobody up there gonna put me out. 12 gates to the city. Hallelujah. Then the piano plays. And you're done. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Top of 3 is a key change, and you recognize those words. Let's just try it up to a point. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass. 3 gates in the east. 2, 3, 4. 3 gates in the east. 2, 3. 3 gates in the west. 3 gates in the north. 3 gates in the south. And now there are 12 gates to the city. Soprano, alto, there are, everyone, streets of gold in that city. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Good, you've made it up to measure 79. Now, that line and the next line are the actual ending. Can you move this? Yes, so you see this is now ending the song. Altos sing hallelujah. Then you have 4-part harmony. Altos hallelujah, and then everyone hallelujah. The men sing, or tenor bass, hallelujah. Everyone hallelujah. Sopranos, you got to hold it. Hallelujah. And everyone 12, 12. 12 gates to the city. And that's the ending. 12 gates to the city. And in America, we sort of make the T a D. So you can play with that if you like. 12 gates to the city. Or if you prefer city. And I think it'll blend together. It'll be okay. City, city, city. So does that make sense at measure 79? I'll do the alto part to the end. Here we go. Altos measure 79. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Hallelujah. Continuing. Hallelujah. Altos. Hallelujah. Soprano. Then the ending. 12 gates to the city. So altos, you have your note to the city. It's the same note you had earlier. 2 measures, 3 measures before with the hallelujah, and the sopranos sing. And you'll notice 12 gates to the city. Okay, I'll play the alto, but sopranos, you sing along with me. Measure 79. Altos, 1, 2. Soprano, hallelujah. The men, hallelujah. Sopranos, hallelujah. 12 gates to the city. Right, so that's an easy ending, but it does catch you off guard a bit. One more time, and men, I'll come to you, tenor, and I'll come to you, tenor bass. Measure 79, hallelujah. Here we go, altos, 1, 2, hallelujah. With the sopranos, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hold it out, 12 gates to the city. So the men, you have to jump in after the altos sing, measure 79, hallelujah, and then the basses, hallelujah, hallelujah. So basses and tenors, you sing hallelujah, and right away, measure 82, you sing again, hallelujah, and then the ending, hallelujah, soprano, and the very last phrase, 12 gates to the city. Again, bass, you're pounding out the foundation, no matter what these other divas and all do. 12 gates to the city. You stay on the foundation. Tenor, one time, and then we'll all do that together. Measure 79, alto, soprano, but I'm concentrating on tenor, altos. 2, 1, 2. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Soprano, tenor. 12 gates to the city. Good. Let's try it all. I'm imagining your voices as you all sing it, and then we'll do the whole song from the beginning. 79. Hallelujah, altos, and then the rest of you come in. Same note, altos, hallelujah, sopranos, tenor, hallelujah, basses, hallelujah. Here we go, 79, 3, 4, 1, sing. Everyone, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 12 gates to the city. And that's the ending. Let's go from the very beginning, just quickly. I know it's fast. Just see if you can piece it together. Remember, it's not a difficult song, but it is fun, and you'll be glad for those phrases that repeat often. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. The first page is sung 2 times, and it starts with the altos. Think of your eyes as being bright as you ask this question. Have you heard of a city where streets are paved with gold, huh? The sopranos get in on it, and then the tenors and basses join you. Beginning. 1, 2. Here we go. Alto. Soprano. Really? Everyone, have you heard? Tenor, where streets are paved with gold, 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Back to the beginning, altos. Same idea of a city. Blues. Soprano. Everyone, have you heard of a city? Alto, the streets are paved with gold, 12 gates to the city. Page 2. Oh, what a beautiful soprano alto. Men, oh, what a beautiful city. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Now, how many gates? 3. 3 gates in the east, basses. 3 gates in the west, 2. 3 gates in the north, 3 gates in the south. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful city. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Now you've got the words. When I get to heaven, 2, 3, going to sing and shout. Ain't nobody up there gonna put me out. 12 gates to the city. Now just feel free to move while the piano plays. Good. Key change. 3 gates in the east, 3 gates in the east, 3 gates in the west. Here we go. 3 gates in the north, 3 gates in the south. The ending. 12 gates to the city, streets of gold in that city. 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Alto. Everyone, hallelujah. Men, hallelujah. Soprano, hallelujah. 12 gates to the city. Okay, super. That's very fast, and that was a quiet, good look, but it's a way to learn a song easily if you divide it and recognize you've already sung that before. Hold on to those parts. Great.